Welcome everyone. I'm Heidi Gray McGill, your introverted, extroverted host. A big thank you to the Writing Gals for letting me share this valuable information with you from the comfort of my own space. The only eyes I see staring back at me are my own. Today we're diving into the exciting world of Facebook Takeover Days. This course is designed to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to engage with readers successfully during these events. Our goals today are to help you understand the importance of planning and scheduling your posts and staying within Facebook's guidelines to avoid issues like Facebook jail. You'll learn how to craft compelling posts, utilize interactive elements like quizzes and games, and manage your interactions effectively to maximize engagement. By the end of this workshop, you'll be ready to host a takeover day that boosts your book's visibility and builds lasting connections with your readers. Together, we'll transform your approach to reader engagement and book promotion while maintaining a stress-free event. If you don't know me, I'm both traditionally and independently published. My primary genre is Christian historical romance. Don't let me lose you here. What I have to share today works with all genres. Since I'm in the storytelling business, let's start with this. A friend invites you to a party. We'll call it a utensils bliss party to avoid trouble with trademark names. If you're not familiar with the concept of these parties, they're a social event where culinary dreams and entrepreneurial spirits collide with a sprinkle of sales pitch on the side. And you walk away with new kitchen tools you didn't know you needed and recipes to impress the guests at the dinner party you likely won't host. You wouldn't go, but your best friend's sister's aunt invited you and you want to be kind, or maybe you just want the free food, or your friend reminds you that she's opening her bottle of 2-buck chuck. Whatever it is, you go. While you're squished onto an uncomfortable sofa with 3 of your now closest friends, a high-energy consultant whips up masterpieces to try as you work to find some semblance of personal space. The Utensil Bliss consultant encourages you to chat with your neighbor. To win a prize, you only need to find something in common. Great! Games! You love talking with strangers about your personal life. Well, the girl sitting to your left makes it easy. She spews her life story in under 2 minutes, and you learn in the barrage of words that she went to your alma mater. Check! Where she was on the cheer squad and can still do a back handspring and offers to prove it in the front yard. You respectfully decline and turn to the lady on your right who crochets baby clothing made of organically farmed alpaca, which is locally sourced, because she raises them. Well, you crocheted once. It was a coaster, you think, but still. Check! Interaction over. Time to retreat. Of those few moments of titillating conversation, your Utensils Bliss consultant has chopped, sliced, diced, sauteed, smoothed, and is now showing you how easy it is to use all 5 of these must-have kitchen tools. And since Cheer Girl and Alpaca Girl are now in deep conversations on either side of you, you focus on the next delicacy you've been handed, which the rep made in 2 minutes in the microwave, and it tastes great. Those tools really are amazing. You try to ignore the overly loud conversation of 2 women sharing a love seat on the other side of the crowded living room as they argue over the most helpful tool. The clear winner is the one who says, "Well, I bought that one for my mother-in-law and she brags about it every Thanksgiving when she uses it." The next thing you know, you're standing at your kitchen counter with 5 new Utensils Bliss gadgets. Your significant other does a double takes and says, "You don't even like to cook, and wouldn't the peeler we have work just fine?" "Whatever," you say. You can never have too many peelers, before trying to find a place to now store those said items. What does this have to do with Takeover Days? Well, more than you might think. Takeover Days are special events in which an author takes over the content posting for a day in a reader group or author page, either their own or someone else's. Now, these events are an exciting opportunity for authors to engage with new audiences and share their work in a more focused and interactive way without having to be in a traditional face-to-face party setting. Administrators or moderators of reader groups host these events to keep their community engaged and active without the constant effort of generating content themselves. It's a win-win situation. The group gets fresh and exciting content, and the author gains exposure to potential new readers. Now, for introverted authors, Takeover Days can be incredibly beneficial. You connect with an audience that might not be part of your community, helping you expand your reach and befriend more readers. It's an opportunity to showcase your personality and writing style in a controlled and hopefully supportive environment. We'll dive into the process of setting up and running a successful Takeover Day, covering everything from initial planning to execution. And we'll also explore exciting outcomes like increased book sales, new followers, and enhanced reader engagement. Whether you dedicate 2 hours or a full 8-hour day to the event, you'll discover how to make the most of your Takeover Day and leave a lasting impression on your audience. I think I just lost a few of you with the mention of 8 hours. Now, hear me out. I understand how daunting that sounds, especially for introverts. I struggle to get to the parties and hold it together while I'm there and look for the first opportunity to leave. But this is where Takeover Days are different from those utensil bliss parties where the host has to shine for a full 2 to 3 hours. Takeover Days offer several advantages for introverts. Unlike face-to-face parties, you can engage with readers from the comfort of your own space. You'll still have meaningful interactions with readers, just in a less stressful environment. The people you interact with will likely share similar interests, making conversations more enjoyable and relevant. One of the best parts is that you can do this on your own terms. Whether in your pajamas with a cat on your lap or sipping your favorite beverage, you can build connections without the pressure of in-person interactions. Plus, you can schedule breaks to recoup your energy, ensuring you stay comfortable and engaged throughout the event. Takeover Days allow you to stay true to your introverted nature. These connections, built in your unique way, can significantly impact your author career. Now stick with me. I understand the anxiety and stress of getting ready for and attending a party, which is tough for most introverts. So let's focus on making our space comfortable and low stress while we connect with potential new readers. You'll want to use your computer, but it is possible to manage from your phone. Ensure your Facebook app is loaded and you're good to go. Mentally, you'll need to do what is best for you. If you need a serious break between connections, you can make that work. You know yourself best. So we'll discuss scheduling posts to fit your timing in a minute. Having everything prepped beforehand is critical to a low-stress event. Make sure to clarify the start and finish times and the time zone with your group admin. I made that error once and started a party when I wanted to be sleeping. If you know even online interactions will wear you out, please permit yourself to take time off on the following day to recoup. By setting up your space with your laptop or phone and preparing yourself mentally, you'll be able to engage effectively with readers. Let's start with the challenges and potential pitfalls of Takeover Days because we can only go up from there, and I'd like to end on a high note. One of the most frustrating negatives is when you've prepped well and post great content, but receive few comments, likes, or shares. This is a real problem, but we'll discuss how to create interactive and engaging content, and we'll learn how to prompt participants with open-ended questions and offer incentives for participation, like small giveaways. Another challenge you might face is a post not uploading or images not displaying. We'll discuss how to schedule posts in advance to ensure smooth delivery and put a backup plan in place. Negative or off-topic comments always exist, and they can be stressful and could derail the event, but the solution is to set clear rules and have a plan for moderating comments. We'll discuss how to manage offensive remarks and focus on positive interactions. Planning is essential for effectively managing your takeover day time and keeping the event engaging without overwhelming participants. I'll share practical ways to plan a schedule with posts spaced at regular intervals. Here's a tough one. When your content doesn't resonate with a group, this is a know your audience. Research the reader group in advance to understand their preferences and tailor your post to align with their interests and themes, ensuring your content is relevant and engaging. Then there's this fun one. When the event is too successful and you struggle to keep up with comments and interactions. I have a solution for that too, and I'll share all the tips. The biggest challenge is avoiding violations of Facebook's terms, which could result in being blocked or restricted. We'll spend some time on this challenge, but never fear. By anticipating each of these challenges and preparing solutions, you can ensure a smooth, successful takeover day that effectively engages readers. But let's focus on the positive for the rest of our time together. Let's tie this into our Utensils Bliss party. What if the host showed you all the tools but never made anything with them? You'd be less likely to buy them. Well, similarly, the posts you create need to engage your new potential readers and build rapport and trust. Being vulnerable isn't easy, but it is important. Your audience doesn't want to know all the sites where they can learn about you. They want to learn about you. And what about that peeler? You don't really need a new one, just like your readers don't need another book on their to-be-read pile. You already have a peeler, like they already have more books than they can read in their lifetime. But this peeler, now there's a peeler. It has an ergonomic handle that doesn't stain when it sits in a puddle of red sauce on your counter. And you can also make all kinds of recipes with this one simple tool. So how did that consultant convince you that this particular peeler was the latest and the greatest? Well, it looks good. That's your cover. It's functional. Your blurb catches their attention. And she showed you several things that it can be used for besides peeling carrots. This is your moment to shine. No one knows your characters better than you. Your posts need to do the same thing she did. I'm not talking about just showing your book cover to attract them. I'm talking about enticing them to want to open your book and read it. Let's go about this another way. Remember the two ladies who argued over which item was the best, and everyone agreed that the winner was the one whose mother-in-law used it and liked it? Well, those ladies were the consultant best sales pitch. They were in the corner minding their own business, albeit loudly, but they interjected at just the right time, and wham, check mark on the purchase sheet. The Utensils Bliss consultant sold 3 without effort. Moral? Well, you need to present well, but you need a few sidekicks to help you when the going gets tough, or slow, or downright dead, which happens. Your sidekicks don't even have to be human. They can be in the form of visually appealing graphics, engaging content ideas tailored to your readers' interests, and using GIFs and MP4s effectively to enhance your posts. If GIFs are new to you, get ready to have some fun. Facebook loves motion, and GIFs seem to help move your post to the top of the group's feed. But better than a GIF is having a few friends like the 2 Utensils Bliss ladies who drop in and comment on your posts. When things get slow, having friends is helpful. Ask your ARC or your street team or your mom to support you. They all work. This post verbiage listed 4 jobs I may have held. The participants had to guess which one I had not done, And they got to know me a little, and the comments were fast and fun. My website hits increased as well because those hardcore game players, they cheat. And they read my About Me page, hoping to get insider information. Creating visually appealing graphics is key to attracting readers. Use tools like Canva to design eye-catching visuals. Think about what engages you when you scroll through social media. Those are the types of images you want to create. Examples of engaging content ideas include sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses of your writing process, fun facts about your book or characters, or even personal anecdotes that your readers can relate to. Tailor these ideas to your readers' interests to keep them hooked. Here's one I did for a scuba adventure romance. Now, the image isn't colorful, but in the verbiage on the post, I explained how my husband, the extreme diver, took this picture and how I based some of the scenes in my book on his adventures. There are some creative people out there. Had I been writing a suspense, I could have used many of their ideas in a sequel. Here's another idea. I wanted to increase the want to read on my Goodreads so that the individual would be notified of the reduced price when I put a book on sale. In the post verbiage, I said, for non-game players, here's a simple way to enter to win a signed paperback. And I asked them to screenshot their Goodreads page showing my books as want to read and post it in the comments to be entered. This helped keep the post moving because some people commented on each book rather than as a group. Perhaps they thought it increased their chances of winning. I don't know. Whatever it was, that post was a win. GIFs and MP4s should be utilized not only in the comments to keep posts active, but as visuals to make your posts more dynamic. A well-placed GIF can add humor and relatability to your content, while an MP4 with background music can create an immersive experience for your reader. The simple flashing light on the right taillight of this post captures attention. Now, this alphabet game is one you can let ride and not need to comment. Just clicking the thumbs up, the heart, or the wow icon is usually enough to keep this game going. This post type is considered a filler. The participant hasn't really engaged with you, but it does get them clicking, which is always a good response. Limit these types of games to 10 to 20% of your content. Use them as a breather because you'll lose your audience if you use too many. By presenting your content well and enlisting a few friends as creative sidekicks, you can captivate your audience and make a lasting impression. Here's an example of a post I created using a quiz for a 12 Days of Christmas event. I had no comments on the first 10 minutes after posting this. It was so discouraging, but then one of my ARC readers started the ball rolling. And after that, this post had exceptional engagement. People wrote full sentence comments, and that made it easy for me to respond. Quizzes are a fantastic way to connect with readers because they're interactive and fun. They encourage participation and they give you a chance to engage with readers meaningfully. Now, this post helped me build connections and generate more in-depth conversations than a like or a one-word comment would have done. Polls serve a similar purpose, but are not as interactive. Creating quizzes does take some effort, but the results are worth it. You want to connect with all types of potential new readers, and quizzes offer a unique and engaging way to do that. I'll provide a link at the end of our time together to where you can create quizzes so you can start incorporating this tactic into your takeover days as well. Puzzles are another option, and I'll include that link at the end as well. Remember, it's about finding creative ways to engage and connect with your audience. Here's another idea that worked well during one of my takeover days. I created an activity called Name Those Items related to my scuba adventure romance, which references the Little Mermaid movie multiple times. Instead of simply telling people about my book, I engaged them in a guessing game where they could get a feel for the story without committing to reading it. Participants were even able to win a prize, which added excitement. This post reached a different segment of the reader group and encouraged creative participation. Players had a lot of fun guessing, and it generated multiple comments. Interestingly, I again had intended for players to put all their answers in a single comment. Still, most people responded with one answer per comment, which boosted engagement even more. This post isn't visually appealing, but it worked. So don't stress about not being an artist. I am a fan of Canva because it easily creates these kinds of posts. It's user-friendly and it's free, which aligned with my goal to stay within my budget from the beginning of my writing career. The free version of Canva met my needs perfectly until I could justify a yearly subscription. Whatever program you choose, the key is to ensure your posts are engaging and visually appealing. This one could have used more color, but even as it is, it did the trick. The takeaway is experiment with different interactive activities and find what resonates best with your audience. You want games that entertain, deepen connections, and increase engagements with your readers. Which brings us to planning and scheduling your posts. This is your much needed breath of fresh air. Days or weeks before your event, you can upload your content to the reader group with the permission of an admin and then forget about it. I love this feature. All that hard work is ready to go until you return 2 days later and find all your errors. The biggest blessing of scheduling is that you can fix those oversights, blunders, and what was I thinking posts. If you're an overthinker, I can't help you. You're on your own. Feeling comfortable about what we put out matters, and scheduling allows you to set aside your content and revisit it later. Check the title, spacing, images, wording, and overall feel to ensure everything is just right before it goes live. Timing is crucial. So how often should you post during your takeover? Well, if you have a 2-hour takeover and feel up to it, I recommend scheduling your posts every 20 to 25 minutes. Start with the first 3 posts spaced about 10 minutes apart to catch everyone's attention right from the beginning. For example, at 2 o'clock, the reader group will introduce you with a welcoming post. Be sure to say thank you to the host and to anyone who welcomes you. For this post, you're the participant. By 2:10, you'll start with your first post, introducing yourself and expressing gratitude to the group admin for the opportunity. I've seen authors make this post a video, and that might be tough for some, but if you're up to it, give it a go. 2:20 marks the second post where you set expectations for the day. So after explaining the game and tying it into your book, remind your participants to refresh their feed and explain how to find all your posts if they miss any. They'll do this by typing your name in the search bar. Now throughout the next hour, it might look something like this. 2:40 involves a game or interactive activity to keep people engaged. 3 o'clock continues with a post related to your book or characters. 3:20 and 3:40 are dedicated to more games or quizzes, keeping the interaction lively and varied. Wrap up at 4 with a final thank you post and express your enjoyment of connecting with everyone and offer a special incentive, like a book or exclusive content when they sign up for your newsletter. This shows your appreciation. If your takeover day spans the entire day, it could go like this. Start at 10, following a similar posting schedule, but spaced out every 30 minutes with a 1-hour lunch or dinner break. After each break, the next post should remind participants to catch up by searching for your name within the group. If you label each post, for example, 1 of 7, 2 of 7, 3 of 7, your participants will easily be able to find which ones they've missed. Consider extending the party for 24 hours after your last post to capture engagement from different time zones. This can lead to more connections and comments from around the world or those late-nighters scrolling through Facebook. Giving yourself a day to recoup before announcing the winners also gives you an opportunity to comment on all the comments that came in late in the day after the party and to maintain engagement. It also helps keep the excitement of the party well beyond the event. Preparing your posts is crucial for a successful takeover day. You want each post to capture your audience's attention and keep them engaged all the way throughout the event. You'll need to craft between 10 to 20 posts, depending on timing, that can cater to your readers' interests. These can include insights into your book's themes, behind-the-scenes looks at your writing process, interactive games we've discussed related to your genre, or even personal anecdotes that resonate with your audience. Whatever you do, write compelling copy in the post verbiage with snippets on the post image. Use language that resonates with your reader. The goal is to create a connection that encourages interaction and participation. And remember to incorporate strong calls to action in each post. Calls to action are essential to driving engagement, whether asking readers to share their thoughts, participate in a game, or visit your website for exclusive content. Then remember to announce any contest winners the following day. When you officially close the party, return to all your posts to ensure you've replied to every person, and then mark each post as no more commenting. You can find your posts like your participants did by typing your name into the search bar in the reader group. When you are sure every person got a response from you and you have your list of names to choose from, upload your winner post. To further connection, ask the winners to contact you through a private message to provide their full name, their email, or their snail mail address as appropriate. By the way, weeks before the event and days before, invite your social media friends to join you. If they don't know about the party, how can they attend? If they need to join the group before participating, be sure to provide the link and a description of the group. Share in your newsletter as well. This is one time you want a crowd to show up at your party. So who do you want to invite? Well, anyone who might like your book. That's going to be your target audience. Do you recognize these faces or the TV show they're from? Well, if you're part of my target audience, you probably watched Lawrence Welk every Saturday evening like I did. I am seriously grateful that I cannot see your eyes rolling at the moment. Knowing your target audience is crucial. So if you write space operas or dark romance, this image might not resonate with your readers. Well, unless your work leads more towards Twilight Zone. But let's stay on track, even though that's very intriguing. Your posts should be tailored to interest those who would enjoy your books. Imagine meeting someone at a dinner party or a themed event like the Utensils Bliss Party. You wouldn't bore them upon meeting with irrelevant details about you. Instead, you'd engage them with topics that spark curiosity and connection. And if you're like me, You'll do whatever it takes to turn the conversation away from you and keep the other person talking. In a similar way, you want to avoid posts that focus only on your book's content and how great it is, because that's subjective. You want to make your posts about connecting with your audience personally. Share interesting anecdotes, ask engaging questions, or propose fun challenges related to your genre themes. All right, here's a corny example. If you write, let's say, football romance, you might want to challenge your participants to create a cheer using words you provide that are related to your book's setting or theme. If your book has an animal in it, then you might ask your readers to share pictures of their fur family member. Everyone loves to do that. Or you could encourage participants to find a GIF that hasn't already been used to share their thoughts on whatever your post was that you created. Just remember that each post should include a call to action. Encourage your audience to respond, whether it's sharing their thoughts, answering a question, or finding a GIF that fits their response. Calls to action drive engagement and increase visibility in Facebook's algorithms. That helps make your post rise to the top of the feed. Engagement matters more than likes. Meaningful comments create connections that can lead to book sales and very loyal readers. So let's make every interaction count. Ever heard of Facebook jail? Well, it's real, and it's where you don't want to end up during your online party. So here's what you need to know to avoid it. Firstly, we need to familiarize ourselves with Facebook's rules for giveaways and contests. Now, I'm not an expert, so verifying this information independently is important. Your giveaway or content should have clear, accessible rules. Now, you don't need a legal document for every post, but consider including rules in your first post and reminding participants to review them in every other post. Maybe put it at the bottom where your game instructions after you've finished writing those. You need to be transparent about your promotion. Use words like Facebook isn't sponsoring or managing this giveaway. Use fair methods for winner selection, like third-party apps or just videos of random draws. If minors can participate, encourage in compliance with relevant laws. I'm not certain what those are, but you need to look it up. And when delivering prizes, clearly communicate how they'll be received. For international contests, consider alternatives like Amazon gift cards. Lastly, respect participants' privacy. After the event, invite engaged participants to join your page to grow your platform, but don't add them to any list without their permission. Instead, send a friend request to everyone who interacted, even if they just liked or made a heart. It is a great way to grow your platform, and it allows them to decide if they want to follow you after the party. Stay updated with Facebook guidelines as they may change. This will help ensure that your promotions comply and minimize risks with Facebook or legal issues. Following Facebook guidelines and community standards is crucial to avoid being sent to Facebook jail or having your account restricted. Avoid posting anything offensive and steer clear of excessive activities such as rapidly typing the word thank you on every post. These practices can trigger Facebook's automated systems. Additionally, be mindful of how others perceive your comments on the platform. What may seem harmless to you could be offensive or against Facebook standards. If you encounter offensive content from someone else, remember, you can hide the comment without notifying the author. Deleting a comment, however, notifies the person who wrote the comment. You want to ensure a positive, and compliant presence on Facebook. Ignoring negative comments is always best. Don't engage a bully. You are in control. Hide their comment, let it go, and move on. There's one more critical detail to keep in mind. Don't tick off the bots. Now, Facebook employs automated systems or bots to monitor activity and enforce its policy. So to avoid these penalties, engage authentically. Limit duplicate content, like repeating the same word or phrase like thank you. It can trigger Facebook's spam filters, so keep your content fresh and varied. You also need to respect limits. Now, Facebook imposes limits on friend requests, messages, and group posts per day. So stay within these limits to avoid restrictions. I don't actually know the number, but they'll give you a warning if you get too close. You can ensure a positive and a productive experience for yourself and your audience by engaging authentically and respecting Facebook limits. Well, until the bots get their panties in a wad. You've done everything right. Responding to comments like a well-oiled machine, you followed all the rules, only to be in Facebook jail. Now, those pesky bots can mistake rapid responses for spamming, resulting in temporary restrictions or worse, maximum security. So to avoid this, consider prepping a variety of responses that reflect your authentic voice. So instead of generic replies like cool or awesome, yeah, that would be me, aim for responses that invite conversation. For instance, where did you first learn that impressive skill? Shows genuine interest and encourages further engagement. Prepare a repertoire of responses tailored to different types of interactions. A simple "that's hysterical" or an emoji can suffice for fast-paced games. For more thoughtful answers, consider responses like "you are so creative" or "what a fun and unique answer." If you are a fast typist, head over to one of your filler posts and click the heart icon or comments to keep that game going before returning to posts where you need to respond. This will give you a little bit of a break. Remember, when you're in jail, you can't comment, but you often can still post new content, meaning your event isn't over. Stay prepared and adaptable to ensure a seamless and engaging Takeover Day experience. Knowing and following Facebook rules is crucial to keeping your event stress-free. However, if you do find yourself in Facebook jail, having a backup plan is essential. Even if you've taken every precaution, unforeseen circumstances can still arise, and that's why it's wise to have a contingency measure in place. A good option is to set up a backup Facebook profile, not a page, with a separate email address. You can use this as a contingency to keep the conversation flowing if your main account gets locked down. Coordinate with your group admin to have both emails given moderator status for smooth transitions without disrupting the party. If you use the same image, participants will never even know what happened. Just don't accept friend requests to this account. You want to keep it for emergencies only. And don't forget, having a trusted friend to assist in keeping the conversation going can be a lifesaver. I know what it feels like to be on the sidelines of a conversation and not included. Don't let that happen to your participants. Even if you can't comment, someone else can make that person feel important and valued. One or two of your ARC members or street team can help here. Prepare for the unexpected so your event can continue smoothly regardless of any temporary setbacks. And stay proactive and adaptable, and your Takeover Day will remain a success. Are you overwhelmed yet? Is your interest waning? Does this seem like too much work? Well, these testimonials highlight the tangible benefits of participating in Takeover Days. The impact of doing a Takeover Day is substantial, anywhere from increasing newsletter signups to cultivating superfans who amplify an author's work. Engaging with readers during Takeover Days isn't just about visibility. It's about building meaningful connections that resonate long after the event ends. You can do this. When offering gifts to participants, you don't have to break the bank. Now, if you're in Kindle Unlimited or KU, you can use that Amazon link where it says gift this book to someone. You can do that directly. But if you're not in KU, you can create an EPUB or a Mobi copy of your work by using Calibre to avoid potential piracy. I'll provide this link at the end. Now, similar to gifts that you might win at a Utensils Bliss party, thoughtful and cost-effective options are key. You also need to consider shipping costs. Or if you're doing something large, you can do it directly from Amazon Shipping Center. You can always include a note from Amazon. For my scuba romance, I gave an Under the Sea coloring book. And for my historicals, I often give book-themed vinyl stickers or something related to the season of the book. I found some library card style bookmarks that went over well. Now, personalize gifts to match your book's themes or appeal to readers' interests. And if you aren't a shopper, popular options include a $5 Amazon gift card or a signed paperback. If it's an international participant, when they win, from me, I usually gift them an Amazon gift card to match the price of the paperback. They may not purchase my paperback, but it was the thought. So to recap, choosing the right gifts for participants doesn't have to be expensive. Whether you're gifting ebooks through Kindle Unlimited or creating secure copies with Calibre, thoughtful and personalized gifts can enhance your reader engagement without breaking your budget. Consider shipping logistics. Flat, small, and lightweight is always best. Now, personalized gifts that resonate with your book's theme or reader preferences ensure a memorable connection beyond the event, especially when you send a very thoughtful note. As we wrap up, remember that understanding Facebook's rules and guidelines is crucial for a smooth event. You can foster genuine connections and build a supportive reader community by engaging authentically and offering thoughtful gifts. Apply these strategies consistently to strengthen your author platform and reach more readers. And remember, just about any peeler will do. Just make sure yours stands out. We're almost finished, but congratulations. You've completed our Takeover Day crash course. So let's recap some of what we've learned. We've explored how to connect with readers authentically, even if you'd rather be at a Utensils Bliss party or not. You know how to craft engaging content that builds relationships and trusts. No sales pitches allowed. We've covered scheduling wisely to save your sanity, and we've looked at how to avoid Facebook jail. We also learned it's not about the peeler. It's about how you show it off. Now, for my Utensils Bliss finale. Just like the consultant who convinced you that their peeler was a game changer, you've got the skills to make your book stand out in a sea of peelers. Take over those reader groups confidently. Remember, a good GIF is your secret weapon. And if all else fails, I'm sure that we can find a use for alpaca fur at the next party. Thank you for joining me. Now, I'd love to connect with you. And you can find me on social media and the web as author Heidi Gray McGill. I encourage you to visit the link at the bottom of this slide for a complete list of the resources mentioned today. You can access that content using the password TAKEOVER in all lowercase letters.